just look
Let's
at you.
do an
I haven't seen you
interview.
in a couple of years. Let me look at you.
But let me do an interview with you.
Okay.
Sit down. Everyone wants to hear from you. Where's my
Have a seat, Richard.
All right.
Let's talk to you.
You have to.
But I just want to talk to Howard for a second. Oh,
Yeah, look, those have a microphone in them. Richard, no one can hear you. Richard, if you...
I love you, and I have missed you. I am so excited you got this new gig. Are you excited?
Did he hear about your hearing problem?
God.
You must have heard I have a hearing loss because you're yelling.
Oh.
The other day, I was on. I was doing some work with a camera.
Where is the microphone?
It's in.
Oh, it's like a Madonna microphone.
Yes.
Put it on,
Have you
please.
heard her new song, Masterpiece?
No, I'm not a fan. All right. Hey, you look tremendous. Even for you, this is the thinnest I think I've seen you in your entire life. Since
This was my weight of General Hospital, 1979.
Someone told me you now weigh 135 pounds.
Yes.
Is this the ideal weight for you?
This is the perfect weight for my height and my bone frame.
And how did you do it? In the sense that normally they say as you get older, it is more difficult to lose
Yes.
weight.
But as you get older, you can put on a lot of weight
Yes.
and be inactive.
Right.
And I'll be 64 years old this year.
Fabulous.
And I just always...
How many times is that?
Yeah. Weren't you 64 5 years ago? No, he's 64. He doesn't lie.
He doesn't lie about
But go
his age.
ahead.
I know that.
Yeah.
And
And what did you, because I'll tell you how I've been feeling lately. I've put on like maybe 5 extra pounds. Now, I don't have a huge weight issue. But I feel like I want to lose a couple, but I can't stand running anymore. I feel, I have this thought that if I just cut my portions down
Yeah.
and do a little weight training, maybe I'll be happy.
Yeah, I cut 400 calories a day.
Yeah.
And I went from 45 minutes of a workout to an hour and 20 minutes.
And in the hour and 20 minutes, how much of that is just working out with weights?
30.
And the rest is
You
what?
see, I've never had like a body like this.
Oh, you look, you don't have to take your clothes
No,
off.
but I just want to show you. I never had definition like
Wow,
this.
yeah.
And it's very important for me to be a good example.
Right.
Because right now, you know, the major thing, and I was really in tears this morning because some new evidence came out and about how many obese children in America.
It's alarming.
And in the next 5 years, 1 out of 4 children will be obese.
I admire you because for as long as I've known you, and I've told you this before, but I'm going to say it again, I believe what you do is very good. I'm talking about good advice.
But is he really successful? Because
Yes, he
everybody's
is.
been getting bigger while Richard's been talking about this.
Well, look, it's a one-man battle.
You know what? Eating is emotional, Robin, and
Yes.
you know this. And when you lose your job, when you lose your home,
Right.
you go for food. The $1 menus. Do you know what I'm saying?
Why is your hand shaking?
I'm just a little nervous.
Why are you nervous around me? What have I
I don't know, because I haven't been here in 3 years, and, you know, I get a little nervous.
I've never seen your hand shake.
Well, I'm a little nervous.
Is it nerves, or is there a Parkinson's, or something?
Oh, my God, no.
Nothing bad is going on, right?
Well, you know what? We don't talk.
Right.
You made fun of me the last time,
Right.
going to your house and all that.
I did.
And so
Oh dear.
it's very nervous for me to come here sometimes,
Okay.
Howard. I
I
have
just
to
wanna make sure
be
you-
honest with you.
All right, please relax. I want you, you're in my
Yeah,
house.
don't point out anything.
Yeah, the fans love you. Everyone loves you. You
And I
don't,
got so many wonderful emails from people who know I was coming today, and they said really nice things.
people love you.
Well, I just still get nervous, Howard, because
You're in a safe
Because
space.
it's like you know, for some reason I just don't think like we're friends anymore, and you know,
Well, you cut me out.
I've never met your new beautiful wife, and
I know, you cut
Well,
me
you
out.
haven't been around.
How can I introduce you?
I mean,
You cut me out.
I've been traveling like, you know, 200 days a year,
Are these
teaching
real?
classes.
Is this real emotion, or are you? Because sometimes, you know, it's funny with you.
You
I
think
never
he
know
has
the real you.
Showbiz tears?
I've never had a moment alone with you where I feel you've been real with me.
What about at your house?
I feel
What
you
about some
always
of
are
the
on. Honestly, I'm being serious now. It's hard to be friends with you because you're always on. You've never come to me and said, you know, I'm dropping the Rchard Simmons persona.
But this
I
is
like-
really, you know me, Howard. How many years have I done this show?
But isn't it
Seriously.
impossible to keep this kind of energy all? I never bought it. I mean, I know that on camera you have to be high energy. You're motivated.
But this is me. You've known me for 1/3 of my life.
But
I've
when
been
you would
doing
come
your
to the
show.
house, you know, when you would throw cucumbers into the pool and then you'd squeeze everyone
Well,
hard.
you know, I
it was
just-
like, where's the real Rchard?
Well, I always like to be humorous, and I always like to make people laugh, whether
But why?
they're laughing.
Why do you? I'm gonna
Because
be
it's
serious with you.
important.
Why do you think you always I'm being serious. Why do you always think you have to be the comedian? Why do you always have to be on? Can't it just be
Because
a
that's
time
how
where you
I've been.
enjoy yourself?
But that's how I've been since a kid.
But I feel like you're not enjoying yourself. When you're private
I
with me,
love my life.
I don't have to put it on.
No, I love my life.
But you feel the urge to always be the center of attention. And I know that urge. Believe me, I'm an entertainer.
But I think it's because I was obese as a kid. I didn't feel accepted, and I thought I had to have a bigger-than-life persona.
You were beaten with a
against
bat
these
when you were a
kids.
kid, weren't you?
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if you know that.
I
Part of the
didn't.
Rchard Simmons history was who beat you with a bat when you were a kid, honestly. If we can get into it a little bit, if it's not too painful for you. Who beat you?
Just a guy in school who
A
made fun of me.
classmate?
Yeah, made fun of me every day and told me I was a piece of garbage and I was a fat pig.
And
You don't forget those things, Howard. And so,
do you remember his name? Not that I want you to say it here, but do you remember his name?
Sure.
Did you ever confront him as an adult and say, why did you do that to me?
No, I confronted him when I was a kid and took the baseball bat out of his hand.
Did you hit him with it?
No, that's not me.
Okay.
And I told him that I didn't appreciate what he did, and I didn't appreciate him making fun of me. And I have to tell you, 30 years later, Howard,
Right.
I was in New Orleans, and I was at a department store shopping with
Right.
my mother.
Right.
And this man came up to me, and he said, "Do you remember me?" And it was this boy with the bat.
Is that true?
True. And he asked, he says, "My wife is 250 pounds, and I'm wondering if you could call her for me."
Matt, what do you do?
And I called her.
You did?
Yeah, and I sent her.
Big of you.
I sent her some videos. I'm forgiving.
Are you really forgiving, or is it,
Yes.
again, you're just trying to earn
What-
accept?
what-
Why would it have been so bad to say to him, you asked me for a favor, you beat me with a bat?
No, that's
You
not. That's not me.
motherfucker. You know, what
No,
is wrong with getting angry about that?
I'm not an angry person. I'm a forgiving person.
And part of me thought like you ran into him and he walked up to you and he said, my wife's 250 pounds, and he started hitting you with a bat again. I mean, that could have gone horribly too. Imagine that. But Rchard, when this guy beats you with a bat, maybe this is good for people to know, you took the bat out of his hands. Don't normally, 9 times out of 10, that ends badly, because then the guy says, now I'm going to beat the shit out of you even more.
Well, I got his eye contact, and I
Right.
told him that he hurt me.
And he responded to
And
that?
I had never, ever hurt him before. And I asked him to please leave me alone and just accept me like all the other kids in school.
And that worked.
It worked. It worked. I think honesty a lot works. I think, in 2012, we have so many bullies out there.
That speech worked at, how old were you, 14 at that time, or what, how old were you?
No, I was in 7th grade.
And that worked.
That worked.
I have certainly been in my share of fights. People were very cruel.
And what did you do?
I got the shit beaten out of me.
He
Okay,
got
what did
into
you
the
do then?
fetal position.
What did
What
I
did
do
you
to
do with
them?
them?
I fought back.
You did.
I punched their fucking ass in.
Well, I'm not a fighter.
I'm not either, but what was I going to do? It was a matter of survival. I'm talking about people trying to kill me. So I had to fight.
Really?
Yeah, we either fought or you died.
Oh.
I mean,
It was sort of like a prison.